But as we talk about the Packers, clearly Aaron Rodgers is playing as well as maybe he ever has and as well as anybody in the league. But does that team have enough defense for Aaron Rodgers to carry it back to the Super Bowl?
Well, if you look at the Bears game, they might. So last year they were opportunistic. They created a lot of turnovers. This season they haven't created as many turnovers, and they're kind of middle of the pack. So I think that if they can get a push here to the final part of the season and into the playoffs, and their defense can step up against the Bears. I know it's the Bears, but they created 3 turnovers against the Bears. They had a strip sack fumble recovery for a touchdown. So when you can create those plays on defense, it takes the pressure off the offense. We all know that the Packers have a great offense. Aaron Rodgers, he can help you win every single week with what he can do offensively. But if you do not play defense in this league, it's going to be really, really tough to keep up. So if they want to do anything in the playoffs, they're going to have to make a final push here at the end of the season, and their defense is going to have to step up.
That's fair. RC, it feels like all the really good teams in the NFC are flawed. The Green Bay flaw is their run defense. Do you believe it's too much for them to overcome? Can Aaron Rodgers overcome that flaw?
You know what? I don't necessarily know if it's too much for them to overcome, because when you look at some of the teams they'll face, they won't necessarily be run-heavy football teams, but Seattle Seahawks are coming along now that Chris Carson is healthy. Obviously, we have Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray in New Orleans, so you will face some teams that are able to be formidable in the run game. And let's not, and Bart kind of talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers falling for the banana in the tailpipe by winning all of these games. Don't forget, last year the Green Bay Packers were 13-3. The Green Bay Packers won the NFC North, and then they got taken to the woodshed by the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And so we have seen this story before. Obviously, we look at this year as Aaron Rodgers is playing a lot better, and this offense is moving the football better. But we saw the Green Bay Packers go down this road. And if anybody's ever going to use the Chicago Bears offense with Mitchell Trubisky, once benched, now playing as a barometer for how well their defense is playing, everybody's going to be good the last 5 weeks. And so for the Green Bay Packers, just about continuing to ascend, continuing to play well. But please, let's not look at what we do against the Chicago Bears to say that we're good at anything, because we all know what they are on offense. The Green Bay Packers have to be tested. They have to stand up to those tests so they know what it will look like in the playoffs for them defensively.
That's probably fair, but Rob Ninkovich, I think your point was maybe they could just make a few plays. They're not going to shut people down, but maybe they can make enough plays to let Rodgers carry them?
Yeah, I mean, the Bears game could have been a confidence booster as well. Like, hey, look, we just dominated this team. They need to do that for 4 quarters. You look at the Colts matchup where they scored 28 points in the first half. In the second half, they only scored 3. They have to play consistently for 4 quarters defensively after a game like the Bears game. Yeah, it's the Bears. We all know the Bears offense is terrible. But guess what? When you could go out there and you can make some plays and you fly around, you have fun with your teammates, that's contagious. And maybe that happens for the end of the season for them.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.